Om Gama Ganeshaya Nama. My friends, uh, this video is basically covering the topic of early marriage from Jyotish chart, from horoscope. And it is not that these are the only combinations which will lead to a early marriage, but these are the combinations if you see in a chart. Like you can further retrospect and if all the combination match, you can easily predict that this person is having the combination for getting married early. Now, this has nothing to do with the type of relationship with the Jatak will have with the spouse, whether it's a male or female. But in terms, just this is just for understanding the early marriage yoga from a chart. So let us understand. There are mainly five sutrams. The first sutrams says this is from Savachintamani. If benefic planet are based in the second house, seventh house, or in the Lagna, or the second lord and the seventh lord are having the benefic aspect of benefic planets, or they are strong in the Varga chart, especially in the Navamsha chart, uh, it can give you an early marriage. The second sutram says if moon is there, whether it's a debilitated moon or an exalted moon, but if a moon is there in the second house or in the seventh house, it can give you an early marriage, provided the other conditions are met. The third one is basically the Venus exaltation in D1 and D9. So, if especially Venus is exalted in the D9 and Venus happens to be the seventh lord in the Navamsha chart, so if it is a Scorpio Lagna in the Navamsha, or if it is an Aries Lagna in the Navamsha, so usually Venus is like the seventh lord in the Navamsha, and further Venus is exalted, or even if it is not, but Venus is exalted in the seventh house in the Navamsha chart, then it can also give you early marriage. Venus and Mars conjunction aspected by Jupiter can give an early marriage, uh, whether it's a male or a female. And lastly, the seventh lord conjunction with Venus for a male, and the seventh lord conjunction with Jupiter for a female can give early marriage. Now, usually by this early marriage, we have to understand the thing called the Sthan Kal Patro, the situation which is currently prevailing. So normally, age of like 18 to 22, 23, like that, usually within the second cycle of Jupiter, that means within 24 years, the marriage is usually taking place. And when it is taking place, when the Dasha is of the benefic, I mean to say the Trines or the Kendras or Jupiter or Venus, and especially the Lagna Lord or the fifth Lord or the ninth Lord or the Kendra Lord, uh, and or the Venus or the Jupiter Dasha, the Karak Dasha, then the marriage can take place within 24 years. So let us see some chart. So this is a chart of a male Jatak. Here we see, first of all, the second house. The first Uttam, the second house, Lord is Venus, and the seventh house, Lord is Jupiter. So Moon is based in the seventh house, which is also a sutram, a common sutram. If Moon is there in the seventh house or the second house, so Moon is here in the seventh house. The seventh Lord, which is Jupiter, and the second Lord, which is Venus, they are both based in the particular fifth house together. So this also means that the seventh Lord with Venus, which is Jupiter with Venus, uh, uh, that is also one of the sutrams. Further, if we go below and see the Navamsha, we see that the particular uh, Venus is exalted in the chart. So the marriage, and Jupiter is basically Vargottam. This person has made huge money. Don't go by a debilitated Jupiter. Jupiter is here. It is Vargottam. So it has given him enough money, and it has given a strength to the Jupiter. But here, what we are seeing is that the Navamsha Lagna is having a Shubh and Venus is exalted. Seventh house has got Moon, second Lord and the seventh Lord together, and Jupiter and Venus are together. So that means the seventh Lord, Jupiter, is with Venus for a male chart. This guy actually married in the 17th year when he's a male, but that's an absolute exceptional condition, because nowadays, even in recent past also, 17 18 for a male especially, it's very rare, but this person got married at the 17th year of age during the Saturn Mahadasha and Jupiter Antardasha. Why? Because Saturn, you see the Navamsha Lagna Lord, Saturn is the Navamsha Lagna Lord, and further Saturn is also here. If you see, Saturn is here also, is making connection with the Jupiter. How become? Because Saturn and Venus, there is a parivartana. So Saturn coming here and making connection with Jupiter. And Jupiter is also aspecting Saturn. And Saturn is the Navamsha Lagna Lord. So during that Dasha, you Saturn Mahadasha, which is uh, the Navamsha Lagna Lord, and the Jupiter Antardasha, which is the seventh Lord in the D1 chart. He got married at 17th year. 17th year he got married. Okay. Let us say a chart of a female. Here you see the second house has got moon, and the second lord and the seventh lord is the same, which is Mars, and Mars is with Jupiter, aspecting the seventh house. So certainly this makes a combination of an early marriage, because seventh lord with Jupiter for a female, and seventh lord with Venus for a male. Also, Jupiter is connecting Mars and Venus in trine. Rahu is also there, but Mars and Venus primarily it is connected through Jupiter, because Jupiter is aspecting the fifth, and Jupiter is carrying the properties of Mars, so it is connected to Venus in the trine. So Jupiter, Venus, Mars combination is also happening out here. If we see the D9 chart, here we see uh, Venus is again exalted. Venus is again exalted. So this person got married in the Dasha of Mercury, which is the ninth lord actually, based out in the 10th. So ninth lord Dasha, he got married. This is the third and the last chart of the day. Here also you see Moon is there in the second house. Moon is debilitated. Moon is there in the second house. Uh, Here Mars and Venus are together. So the seventh lord, Mars and Venus are together, and Jupiter here it is in the trine. But since it is retro, so it is from here also we will consider. So hence it is aspecting the combination, the entire combination. Here also, if you see, you will find that Venus is exalted and Venus is the seventh lord. This woman got married in the Venus Dasha, Venus Dasha. So Venus Dasha, Venus is the seventh lord of the Navamsha. So Venus Dasha, and Venus is the Karaka of marriage also, and with Mars in the second house. So it got her marriage in the second, cycle of Jupiter, which is within 18th year, she got married in the Venus Mahadasha. So my friend, these are the main five sutrams. It is not that key apart from these five sutrams, there are no sutrams which can give early marriage. And it is not that key if the marriage is early, then the marriage is a happy marriage. I have many charts where a person got married at 21st year, but got divorced at 23rd year, 24th year. I have many few charts where like people have got married in the late part, like 30, 35, and like that, and the marriage is still continuing. So it is nothing to do with that. It is only to understand what are the properties which can give, what are the features of a chart which can give an early marriage, which can trigger the sense this can early marriage. You have to see basically the seventh lord, if it is connected with Jupiter, or like, the second house has got moon, or the seventh house got moon, and like the second lord and the seventh lord, if they are connected like together or not. In the Navamsha, Venus is exalted or not. These are the combinations which gives an early marriage. And further, if like this particular this the dasha of a favorable planet comes, which is of the trines or the kendras, or the seventh lord of the Navamsha, or the Venus, who is a Karak of marriage, Jupiter, the Karak of husband. During that time, the marriage can take place. If the Dasha is also prevailing during that time, supporting Dasha is prevailing during that time, and and the combinations are there, then the person can get married. So you see this combination, Venus, Mars together, aspected by Jupiter in a chart. Jupiter aspecting the seventh house, the seventh lord, or the Tarakaraka in the chart. Moon in the second house, Moon in the seventh house. Venus exalted in the Navamsha is a very, very big indication. And the Venus Dasha, when comes, that person will get definitely married. Then, this Jupiter with the seventh lord. These are the combination. If these are present in the, if seventh lord is present with Jupiter, connected in conjunction or aspecting, so certainly this will give a early marriage. So, my friends, any question you can put it in the comment box, and please do a further experiment on the subject. The materials are from the BPHS as well as from the Savachintamani and some like other classics. So you can also try it out and see the charts which are like early marriage, and share your feedbacks. Thank you very much.